honored 15 disturbing true origins of 80s metal hits. The 1980s produced some of metal's greatest anthems. Behind the riffs and roaring crowds, many of these songs were born from tragedy, violence, and humanity's darkest chapters. These are 15 disturbing true origins of 80s metal hits. Number 15, Metallica, 1. Released in January 1989, the track became Metallica's first music video and reached number 35 on the Billboard Hot 100. Behind the song lies one of literature's most harrowing anti-war stories.
I can remember anything, can't tell if this is true.
Dalton Trumbo's 1939 novel, Johnny Got His Gun, depicts Joe Bonham, a World War I soldier who loses his arms, legs, eyes, ears, and mouth in combat. Yet his mind remains fully intact. James Hetfield discovered the novel and connected immediately with its horror.
Deep down inside I feel the scream. This terrible silence stops me.
The lyrics capture Joe's desperate attempts to communicate while trapped in a body that cannot move or speak. Metallica licensed footage from the 1971 film adaptation for their groundbreaking video.
My breath is Irish for death. Oh, please, God,
Trumbo, a blacklisted Hollywood screenwriter, wrote the novel to protest war. The band brought his nightmare vision to a new generation, transforming literary horror into 7 minutes of unrelenting thrash metal.
cut this shit off from me. Oh, my breath is Irish for death.
Number 14, Ozzy Osbourne's Suicide Solution. The 1980 track from Blizzard of Oz was written about AC/DC vocalist Bon Scott, who died in February 1980 after a night of heavy drinking. The title refers to alcohol as a chemical solution, not a way out. Ozzy watched his friend drink himself to death and channeled that grief into the song. But in 1986, the track became the center of a lawsuit when California teenager John McCollum died by suicide while allegedly listening to it on repeat. His parents claimed hidden lyrics told their son to shoot himself. The case went to court with Ozzy testifying that the song was anti-alcohol, not pro-suicide. The judge dismissed the case in 1988, ruling the song was protected speech. Similar legal challenges followed with the same result. The controversy overshadowed the song's original intent, turning a tribute to a fallen friend into a legal battleground. Number 13, Iron Maiden, Run to the Hills. Released in February 1982, the single reached number 7 on the UK singles chart and became one of Iron Maiden's signature songs. The lyrics depict the European colonization of America and the violent displacement of native peoples. Steve Harris wrote the song to present both perspectives, with opening verses sung from the point of view of a Cree tribe facing soldiers, and later verses from the perspective of cavalry. Lines describing women and children being slaughtered and lands being stolen came from documented historical accounts of westward expansion. The song does not glorify the violence, but instead portrays its brutality from multiple angles. Iron Maiden brought a history lesson to the masses, wrapped in galloping riffs and dual guitar harmonies. The track remains in their live setlist decades later, a reminder that metal has always confronted uncomfortable truths. Number 12, Slayer, Angel of Death. Guitarist Jeff Hanneman wrote the opening track of 1986's Rain and Blood after reading about Josef Mengele, the Nazi physician known as the Angel of Death. Mengele performed horrific experiments on prisoners at Auschwitz, including surgeries without anesthesia, attempts to change eye color by injecting dye, and experiments on twins. Hahnemann researched the atrocities extensively and depicted them in graphic detail. The song opens with a reference to Auschwitz and never lets up. The band faced accusations of Nazi sympathies despite their rejection of fascism. Hahnemann stated he was fascinated by the history, not endorsing it. The album's controversial content created distribution challenges, though it was ultimately released through Def Jam in partnership with Columbia Records. Angel of Death remains one of thrash metal's most controversial tracks. Its 28-second opening scream from Tom Araya setting the tone for an album that changed extreme music forever. Before we continue, which of these origins shocked you most so far? Have you been a fan of these bands for decades? Drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. Number 11. Metallica, Fade to Black.
Life it seems will fade away, drifting further every day.
The 1984 track from Ride the Lightning became the first Metallica ballad and nearly tore the band apart. The song emerged after thieves stole all of Metallica's gear in Boston while supporting Venom on tour in January 1984.
Getting lost within myself, nothing matters, no one else.
James Hetfield sank into depression, contemplating whether the band could continue. He channeled those genuine suicidal thoughts into lyrics that described losing the will to live and seeing no way forward.
Getting lost within myself, nothing matters, no one.
When the song was released, some fans accused Metallica of selling out by including a ballad. Others connected deeply with its raw honesty about mental anguish. Radio stations received complaints about promoting suicide, though the band maintained the song documented a specific moment of crisis, not advocacy.
There is nothing more for me. I need the end to set me free.
The equipment was never recovered. The song reached number 11 on the Billboard mainstream rock chart and opened the door for heavier bands to explore vulnerability. Number 10. Guns N' Roses, My Michelle. From 1987's Appetite for Destruction, the song was written about a real person named Michelle Young, a friend of the band. Axl Rose originally wrote a gentler song for her, but she demanded he tell the truth about her life, so he did. The lyrics detail her father dealing drugs, her mother appearing in pornography before dying in a car crash, and Michelle's own substance abuse. Every disturbing line was based on documented facts from her actual circumstances. Michelle's father reportedly threatened Axl after hearing the song, but Michelle herself defended it, saying Rose captured her reality. The track never became a single, buried on an album full of hits, but its unflinching portrait of one woman's tragic life made it one of the rawest songs in the band's catalog. Rose wrote exactly what she asked for, and the result was uncomfortable truth set to distorted guitars. Number 9. Iron Maiden, 2 Minutes to Midnight. The 1984 single reached number 11 on the UK singles chart and addressed humanity's capacity for self-destruction. The title refers to the Doomsday Clock, a symbolic timepiece maintained by the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists since 1947, where midnight represents global catastrophe. When the song was written, the clock stood at just 3 minutes to midnight amid escalating Cold War tensions between the United States and Soviet Union. Bruce Dickinson and Adrian Smith crafted lyrics depicting the arms race, mounting body counts, and politicians gambling with millions of lives. The song references killing for religion, killing unborn children, and the blind generals who send young men to war. Unlike protest songs of the era, there is no hope offered, only unflinching observation of collective madness. The track became a live staple, its message remaining relevant through decades of nuclear tension and armed conflict. These stories only get darker from here. Which 80s metal song hits different now that you know its true origin? Drop your answer in the comments and let us know what you think. Number 8. Motley Crue, You're All I Need. From 1987's Girls, 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 this power ballad sounds like a love song until you listen closely. Nikki Sixx wrote it from the perspective of a man who murders his girlfriend because he cannot handle losing her. The lyrics describe blood on the carpet, hiding from what he has done, and the twisted reasoning that killing her was an act of love. MTV banned the original music video for its depiction of domestic violence. The video showed a man stalking and killing a woman, interspersed with the band performing. Network executives pulled it after complaints. Sixx later explained the song was never meant to glorify violence, but to portray obsession taken to its darkest conclusion. Sandwiched between party anthems on the album, the track remains one of the most disturbing ballads in metal history, a love song that ends in blood. Number 7. Metallica, Creeping Death. The 1984 track from Ride the Lightning tells the story of the 10th plague of Egypt from the Book of Exodus, specifically from the perspective of the Angel of Death. Kirk Hammett conceived the idea after watching the Ten Commandments and seeing the green mist that killed Egyptian firstborn sons. The band turned a biblical horror story into a thrash anthem, with James Hetfield growling about claiming innocent lives and passing over those marked for salvation. The chorus, designed for crowd participation, has audiences at Metallica concerts chanting about death for decades. What began as a religious narrative became a celebration of metal's power to transform ancient darkness into modern ritual. The song appeared on the band's second album and became one of their most enduring live tracks. Its subject matter as disturbing as any horror film yet drawn directly from scripture, millions consider sacred. Number 6. Anthrax, Indians. From 1987's Among the Living, the song addressed the genocide and forced relocation of Native American peoples by the United States government. Guitarist Scott Ian wrote the lyrics after extensive reading about historical injustices, including broken treaties, the Trail of Tears, and the systematic destruction of indigenous cultures. The song criticizes America for celebrating its founding while willfully ignoring the human cost paid by those already living on the land. Unlike many political metal songs of the era, Indians avoided generic protest language in favor of specific historical accusations. Ian referenced the theft of sacred lands and the treatment of indigenous peoples as subhuman. The track reached number 44 on the UK singles chart. Joey Belladonna's vocals alternate between aggressive verses and melodic choruses, the musical contrast mirroring the gap between Americans' ideals and American actions. The song remained in Anthrax's setlist for decades. The countdown continues with even more shocking origins. Which band on this list delivered metal's most powerful message about history? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 5. Iron Maiden, Hallowed Be Thy Name.
Reflecting on my past life.
The 1982 track from The Number of the Beast depicts a prisoner's final moments before execution by hanging. Steve Harris wrote the lyrics as a first-person account of walking to the gallows, contemplating death, questioning faith, and wondering whether his entire life had been wasted.
When the praise comes to raid me, the last race, take a look to the bars of the last night of a world that has gone very wrong.
7-minute epic captures the terror of knowing exactly when you will die, with the protagonist hearing bells toll and footsteps approaching his cell. Harris crafted lines about the shadow of the noose, the priest offering empty words of comfort, and the final desperate acceptance of mortality.
Somebody please come and let him screaming. It's not easy to stop from screaming. The words escape me when I try to speak.
The song never reveals the prisoner's crime, focusing entirely on the psychological horror of scheduled death. Bruce Dickinson's performance captured genuine desperation, his voice rising in panic as the moment approaches. The track became one of Iron Maiden's most celebrated songs, proving metal could explore mortality with literary depth.
The world I'm not afraid of pain, but I believe that there never is an end.
Number 4. Black Sabbath Trashed. The 1983 track from Born Again documented real incidents involving drummer Cozy Powell and his experiences with car accidents. Powell, known for his love of fast cars and reckless driving, had multiple dangerous crashes during his career. The song captures the visceral experience of a high-speed car crash, describing the vehicle spinning out of control, the impact, and the aftermath of automotive destruction. Tony Iommi and the band crafted the track during Powell's tenure with Black Sabbath. Ian Gillan sang the vocals on the studio recording, his voice carrying the chaos and danger of losing control at high speed. The song served as both documentation of rock and roll excess and a warning about the consequences of reckless behavior behind the wheel. It stands as a testament to the dangerous lifestyle many metal musicians lived during the era. Number 3. Number 3. Quiet Riot, Thunderbird.
Hello, you. Yes, it's me.
From 1983's Metal Health, the track served as a tribute to guitarist Randy Rhoads, who died on March 19, 1982. Rhoads was aboard a small plane that buzzed the tour bus, carrying members of Ozzy Osbourne's band at low altitude.
Too young to hold. Cross the seas.
The pilot clipped the bus and crashed into a nearby house, killing Rhoads, the pilot, and a hairdresser traveling with the tour. Randy Rhoads was 25 years old. Kevin Dubrow wrote Thunderbird as a farewell to his former bandmate, referencing their shared time in Quiet Riot before Rhoads joined Ozzy's band.
Fly on, Thunderbird, fly.
The song carried Dubrow's genuine grief for a friend and collaborator taken far too soon. Dubrow's vocals carry the weight of loss as he sings about someone just beginning to reach his potential. Metal Health reached number 1 on the Billboard 200, making the tribute to their fallen friend part of E, a chart-topping album.
Fly on, spread your wings to the sky.
Number 2. Venom, Countess Bathory. 1982 track from black metal took its subject from Elizabeth Bathory, a Hungarian noblewoman who allegedly tortured and killed hundreds of young women in the late 1500s and early 1600s. Historical accounts claim she bathed in virgin's blood, believing it would preserve her youth. Witnesses testified to seeing bodies drained of blood and torture devices throughout her castle. She was convicted in 1611 and imprisoned in a room until her death in 1614. Kronos wrote lyrics celebrating the Blood Countess as a figure of dark power, turning historical horror into metal mythology. Venom did not condemn Bathory, but presented her as an icon of evil, fitting their satanic aesthetic. The song influenced countless black metal bands who followed, many of whom named songs and albums after the Countess. What began as documented medieval atrocity became foundation for an entire subgenre of extreme music. Number 1. Megadeth in My Darkest Hour. On September 27, 1986, Metallica's tour bus crashed in Sweden, killing bassist Cliff Burton. Dave Mustaine, who had been fired from Metallica 3 years earlier, learned that his former bandmate was dead. Despite the acrimonious split, Mustaine felt the loss deeply. The music for what became In My Darkest Hour emerged from this period of grief, though Mustaine has given varying accounts over the years about the song's inspiration. The song appeared on 1988's So Far, So Good, So What, with lyrics about loss and abandonment. While Mustaine has sometimes connected the track to Burton's death, he has also stated the lyrics dealt primarily with a painful breakup. The truth may be that both losses, of a bandmate and a relationship, merged into one of Megadeth's most emotional tracks. Whatever the precise inspiration, the song captures genuine anguish channeled through blistering riffs and desperate vocals, representing one of metal's most personal moments born from the darkest hours of Dave Mustaine's life.